It's Jimothy, folks. ADVPL commentary. This is insane. We're in week 2, and it's the Goo Goo Claydolls up against the Whirlands Kingdras. What a fun couple of team names. And both of these players here, Expulso and Void, both have custom avatars, which of course makes you a better player. So we're in for a good one. Skarmory is your switch into Suicune in turn 1. That sounds rough. Maybe that means there's no Blissey on the squad, or Expulso is playing around a potential Dug bait type of situation. This Heracross Raw outcome could be good depending on the... Oh no, you got magged on the peck. Suicune Heracross mag, the structure makes sense. The mag is expected. That is an unfortunate scenario right there. It's a little bit hard to make spikes though, staring in the face of a Heracross. What if you get punched? So I understand the drill peck play, but that is terrible. You're going to have to come back from a serious deficit now. Does have a Celebi though for the Suicune, so it was an interesting choice to go Skarm earlier on. I suppose you just want to roar it out immediately, so that's sensible. It wasn't terrible. We'll see if Expulso can weather the storm anyway. Skarm Celebi, maybe one of those Aerodactyl teams, especially with the Tar lead. The Tar Aero Celebi is a common thing, because Celebi helps against the rock resists that check Tyrant Aero, so that makes some sense. Celebi can sometimes struggle against offensive Suicunes if they're running Ice Beam and they're speed invested. This one doesn't appear to be speedy though, so that's okay, but yeah, hefty amount of damage from that Ice Beam, which is rough. Gonna have to be careful and avoid preserving that low health Suicune for a sacrifice later. Very useful. This Salamence is threatening as heck. Gengar coming in on just drops to a crit HP flying. That is probably a relevant crit. I'm sure Gengar was eager to live that and was playing around a Dragon Dance with that move, because that's a common way to check Salamence, and also cover if it's mixed in case they happen to be mixed. You always threaten it afterwards. That's a rough crit. At least now Expulso knows that it's a physical Salamence for sure, and Swampert can pretty safely check that, but it's rough to lose Swampert health. Swampert can get overloaded against all these physical threats, can't it? It can't handle like Snorlax, Metagross, Salamence, and Heracross all by itself. So Expulso is going to need to make some stuff happen with his own offensive threats if he can. Goes for a Dragon Dance in the face of this Snorlax, and bulky enough, it looks like, to live... depending on the roll, you might live another Earthquake. Flinch chance here too. You do barely live the Earthquake, so that's good. Still in the game. And a flinch would really help you. Didn't get the flinch. At least you trade with the thing though. And it's going to fall to the sands. Swampert getting a crucial little bit of chip healing. Potentially a really good switch into Aero right there. You're threatening HP Fly, and just bluffing it was enough to force out the Hera there and bring Swampert back in. Oh my gosh. This is a pretty interesting situation here. Now Celebi's in on this mag, it can heal. I think Expulso's playing this pretty well. Oh, it's not a defensive Celebi, it's probably Leech Seed 3 attacks, which makes perfect sense on the team. And good Psychic. Making really good use of this Celebi that was really low, hard to get in, but you've maneuvered it in a pretty solid spot. Pivot Aero in right here. I think Expulso is playing this quite well. It's a bad spot though. I mean, pretty hard to break the remaining Pokemon. Metagross is healthy enough. It's fully healthy, in fact. It's gonna definitely manage this. Sorry, I think the music was a tad loud there. Forgive me. And switching back into Hera, you do live the damn Megahorn. This is down to the wire. Doing the same play as last time. That might save your life, Expulso. You're clinging on for dear life here. And you didn't win the Explode Mind game. Good direct Explode, I gotta say. There's a chance that Aero wins this, though, with Rock Slide flinches. That's possible. Celebi is slower than this Salamence. But in comes Aero. Does Double Edge win it? Maybe HP Flying also wins it? I think you got to lock in a Rock Slide, though, because, yeah, it will intimidate you. I think Expulso did it. Yeah, you just got to land this Rock Slide. It should do 45, right? Surely. There you go. What a well-played game from Expulso. Losing your Scarm early. Getting pretty bad luck, too. You got crit, but really good. Like, you see how double switches can sometimes let you just earn some chip heal, which is crucial in a matchup where you need the health on Swampert, and then the Aero squeezing in every possible chance to get on the field. Shows the power of Aero too, even without spike support. It's representing some kind of win condition, you know? That was very well played. Forgive me, folks. My background music playlist was going haywire. But now we've got Airports versus Laurel. Laurel with a pretty cool custom avatar also. Airports, I haven't seen him play in a while. Good player. Excited to see him in action. A risky Protect turn 1, but turned out to scout the tar set a little bit. It's Dragon Dance Focus Punch. I didn't expect that. And you could probably punch again right here, can't you? And it's a Lumber. This is a really interesting... You don't see this every day. Dragon Dance Focus Punch Tar lead with Lumberry. It's a very custom set. Goes for Rock Slide that time. If you went for another punch, that would have been fantastic. But I think you're already starting this off pretty well. Skarmory very chipped it down to 38. That's not bad. If you can keep pressure up here, you're looking good. Of course, the Skarm on Skarm is always a good opportunity to chip heal up your own Skarm, and it does make sense to run Taunt with this Skarm punishing tar set. That makes a lot of sense, and I like the idea so far from Airports. Actually, just taking a Will-O-Wisp, that's interesting. I guess 3 layers. You probably got Gengar then. 3 layers go directly in. Going Jolteon on what? Amazing Will-O-Wisp there. That was really good. Predicting a Pokemon switching out. That might even be game winning, because this Jolteon was a big threat, and there is a Claydol. So Laurel might stabilize here depending on the play. Will Airports go to a Gengar? Will the Claydol predict it? Toxic. And just Rapid Spins directly. Not afraid of Gengar. Airports maybe was trying to play around the Psychic. Now you go Gengar. Alright, Airports can... I mean, the Skarm is still chipped on Laurel's side, but Airports has a burned Skarm and taking a Flamethrower. My gosh, good move to click in that position from Laurel. You can't always know what the Blissy's coverage is. But it didn't exactly look like a Flamethrower Blissey team necessarily. It looks like a pretty defensive squad thus far. Claydol Gengar, by the way, interesting combo. Usually you see one or the other on a team like this, and that defines your pace, but... Oh, Airports with the damn Poliwrath, folks. We love to see it. What's Poliwrath doing here in ADVPL? My gosh. Okay, misses a Hypnosis. What an excellent Pokemon. We'll see if that Poliwrath can get something done later, because that's quite interesting. Good Gengar pivot. I'm assuming this has HP Grass then, if you want to bring it in so desperately. You collect a Wisp, actually. Well, you're trying to Wisp this. That also pressures it. Perhaps HP Grass is elsewhere on the Jolteon or the Salamence. And Swampert doesn't even want to stay in and get wisped. Obviously not. Okay, Blissey under a bit of fire. Throwing out an Ice Punch. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's an unfortunate crit. But Gengar's still alive. You might as well explode, yeah. Okay, that's pretty good. Maybe now Mixed Salamence kind of goes in. Or if this is a... If this is a Mixed Poliwrath, that could also honestly be a threat. Staying in against the Gengar this time. Going for the Surf. Yeah, good move. That's what I was thinking, because the Gengar's obviously going to try and target the Jolt. And stay again. You're bulky enough. I mean, hey, you eliminated Gengar there. That's good. That was quite a problem for you. Jirachi could be bad, depending on the set. You do have a healthy Tyranitar, though. So if your Tyranitar has Earthquake, you can threaten it with that. You do go to Tyranitar. You do. This is the issue with a set like this, is that I think that HP Bug was replaced with Focus Punch, so no great way to hit Claydol. The Rock Slide was honestly pretty good chip on the Rapid Spin there. Airport's happy to just click Rock Slide in the face of that Claydol. We're going Salamence. Will we see the Ice Beam Snipe? No. Oh, it's a Surf Swampert. Surf Raw Protect. Probably Toxic Blast if I had to guess. No Ice Beam. So that's good news. It looks like a physical Salamence though here. I thought an HP Grass was coming down, to be honest, but no. It doesn't appear to be Toxic either. I think you would have clicked Toxic rather than Surf if I had to guess. Now this Swampert is just the biggest thing, giving you issues here. Because it keeps chip healing in the sand. Can you get through it? It's rough. Are you going to Dragon Dance? Not sure if you even have it based on how you're playing. Not sure. And the Skarm is a tough opponent when Jolteon is so low and burned. How do we get through this thing? Rock Slide Flinch, that could be a way. Yes. Peck? Okay. Well. You just get a flinch and Skarm's out of the picture. You didn't. And that's a forfeit. Yeah, Jolt is too low. And Tyranitar can't quite win when the Claydol checks it. So, cool team from Airports. But brave thing to bring an SPL. And honestly, I like the idea. There's a game plan here. But maybe a little bit... when Jolt is so chipped, I imagine the Jolt is what has HP Grass for Swampert. So, Swampert's a problem when your main guy that can threaten it gets so defeated early game. And it was just the really good Will-O-Wisp that pressured this Jolt significantly there. And the final game between these two teams is going to be between BeeOrSomething and CyberOdin on the account I Love You Jesus with the lovely Ho-Oh avatar. And what's the Skarm going to click here? Roar? Don't roar in a Mag. Oh, you're roaring a Doug. Okay. So there's a Doug. And you're going to Metagross in the face of Skarmory, which is interesting. That probably indicates Choice Band, because you could actually threaten Skarmory quite well with a Choice Band Metagross. We have Aerodactyl here. Probably has Hidden Power Bug if it's coming in against Celebi like this. Will it click such a thing? Oh, actually just clicks Double Edge trying to catch something coming in. Maybe the Hidden Power Bug threat was a bluff? Could be. We don't know yet. Fortunate crit there, doing quite a bit. 41% from a crit is a lot. But most of it was healed back from Leech Seed, and Skarm obviously chip healing plenty. Wow, random Fire Blast crit, that's unfortunate. I think Gengar lives that. Gengar keeps getting crit in these games. What a world. And it's a little rough when your only phaser is Scarm and the Suicune forces it in like this. Look how much you take. Just in the process of getting it off the field, you're taking like half your damn health in damage. Celebi's simply going to Leech Seed. The Mix Mence is a threat though. So that's good. That was a pretty good Psychic. Did a lot to this Mix Mence coming in. And it appears to be a really speedy Celebi. It's very low though. Does it have Recover? I'm not sure. No, it doesn't appear to. Could easily have HP fighting though. I imagine it's like a offensive Celebi then 3 attacks Leech type situation. Oh, and the Peck finishes it off. That's a good Peck right there. It wasn't revealed at that point, so bit of a surprise for CyberOdin. Okay. Ice Beam mid-ground. Might as well. And here's Celebi, which will answer Suicune reasonably well, I think. I mean, you may be wondering why Celebi didn't come in earlier against the Suicune. Interesting, these battles have a bit of a pattern. Same kind of thing happened in like the first game, using Celebi against Suicune, using Scarm against Suicune rather than Celebi. I think it's because of the threat of Ice Beam, mostly. Probably. This Swampert getting Toxic. I guess it's not necessary as a... Not as necessary as a defensive Pokemon when there's no Tyranitar to worry about, but you do have to be concerned about that Metagross. It is beating down this Skarmory though very well. And you actually managed to... The Spike there wasn't a bad move, but you know... The Protect was the obvious move, so CyberOdin mixing it up a bit. It does have 3 layers on the field right now. And just gonna Earthquake this. I guess maybe you're hoping Aerodactyl can finish it off in a moment. The Suicune is going to be tough for you. Who's faster here? The Suicune is faster. That's terrible news. Because you get the fast Ice Beam. This is what I was saying before. The speedy Ice Beam can be such a problem. And I don't know if Aerodactyl is going to do enough here to actually defeat this damn thing. Maybe you got to make Sand if you have it. And they're taking the plays out of my brain. Making Sand so you at least don't let the guy chip heal twice. Awkward visit, you lose your whole tire in the process, but perhaps the only way. A Rock Slide Flinch would do it for you. CyberOdin actually does not even risk it, and Double Edge was clicked. My Double Edge might have done 41. I didn't calc it or anything, but possibly. And you know what? I think an Earthquake lock-in might just clean up CyberOdin here. I mean, after the spike, I think BeeOrSomething has done it with just an Arrow Last. Does this do 32? It depends on the Suicune, I suppose, but it's very offensive, very fast. Yeah, that does do enough. And the Dug will surely drop unless it's like a really bulky, unusually bulky Dug. There you go. And I believe that the Goo Claydolls came out on top in this particular series of 3. Thank you for watching, folks, in very enjoyable games. And I'll catch you later, won't I? Yes, I will. See you, folks.